everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Priyanka. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel because if you want more of cool stuff and content from my life here in Norway, you will have to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any suggestions or comments, do feel free to leave them below. And today I thought I should make this video since I have been living in Norway for almost a year and a half, and there are things that I miss about India. So I thought I should probably put this video, online, and I should share it with you guys that 10 things that I miss about India. So if you're planning to move from India to Norway or you've recently moved, probably you will connect with it gradually and you'll figure out and observe these differences as and when you move here, because whatever I'll be stating today here will be from my personal experience and observations. I haven't included all the generic points like missing the weddings and festivals. Nah, I have not included them because no matter where you live, which part of the globe, it can never match to the wedding festivities and normal festivals that you have back in India. So wedding and festival is very generic for me. I have not included them. I've included specific points based on my observation and experience living here in Norway in my life in Oslo. So let's begin with 10 things that I miss about India living in Norway. First and most important point that will immediately strike you is street food and street shopping. Well, I come from Delhi, and Delhi is like the cultural hub of India where you get a vast and wide variety of street food. Like in each and every street and corner you will find a vendor or a street food joint, which is not like here in Norway. The street food options are very limited. So I really sometimes crave having the street food, just walking out of the home and just finding a street food vendor nearby. It's like out here you really have to go and dig and look for places, and those places are also very limited. So street food definitely is number one. And another part to this is that sub point is street shopping, which I really miss. Like in Delhi you have these so many shopping markets like Lajpat Nagar, Janpat, Palika, Sarojini Market, Delhi Heart. Like you have plethora of options for street shopping, which is not like here. Norway has Loppe Market, but Loppe Market is basically for used goods, second-hand products and items. But in India, in Delhi, where I come from, you find a entire market for street shopping, which is dirt cheap and has amazing variety of products and goods and a lot of stuff that you can possibly imagine. Anything and everything probably you get in street shopping. So street food and street shopping is something that I really miss. Point number 2 is lounging culture. Well, in India, each city, each state has very prominent lounging culture. You will find lounges where each and everybody can just go chill, relax, laid back attitude. You can order your drinks, there's a music playing, there's a the dance floor, you can order your food. You don't really have to go to 10 places for 10 different needs. One-stop solution for everything. So lounges are very prominent and very popular in India. For example, in Delhi you have lounges like Social and Lord of the Drinks. But in Norway, it's not really like that. In Norway, you have fine dining restaurants and bars that are more popular. If you go to a bar, they will serve you drinks, and at max you will get peanuts and potato chips. That's about it. It's only for drinks. Then you have fine dining restaurants. They will serve you food. So lounges are there, but they're not really prominent and pretty limited. So lounges is something that I really miss about India, because lounging culture is something which I'm a big fan of. Point number 3 is pricing variety. The price of a good or a service varies on a broad spectrum in India. If you have the purchasing power and taste for finer things in life, you can spend a lot and avail a service. At the same time, if you belong to the lower income group, you can buy the same product or a service at 1/10 of a price and still survive and meet your ends. So there's something for everybody. For example, barbers are very common in India. If you want to get a haircut done, you can visit a barber at a roadside place and get a haircut for hardly 10 or 20 rupees. At the same time, if you have the purchasing power, you can go and visit a lavish salon and get the same haircut for around 1,000 or 2,000 rupees. So depending upon your purchasing power, you have something for everybody. But that's not like here in Norway, because even getting the basic haircut is expensive. So the cheapest haircut is also expensive. My next point is white lights. Yes, white lights. Well, when I moved to Norway, I was not prepared for this, but yellow lights are very prominent in Norway. Bulbs are very prominent in Norway. In India, we have tube lights, but bulbs are very prominent in Norway, especially yellow lights. So when I moved here, I was looking for white lights. I couldn't really find them. I had to struggle. I had to ask around. I had to inquire. And eventually I found Claes Olsen, where I got my white lights. So even when I used to go to, nearest Kiwi stores, Rema, where normal grocery stores, you go and you get your bulbs from there. I was looking for white lights. I couldn't really get them. So I was not really comfortable with yellow lights initially, because in winters weather can be really dark and gloomy. I want white lights to light up my world literally, because they are bright, there's a lot of radiance. So yellow lights was something I was really uncomfortable initially, and white lights is something that I really miss about India. My next point is shopping malls culture. Well, in India, we have huge shopping mall culture, which is one-stop solution for all your needs, be it food courts, be it restaurants, be it salons, be it gaming parlors, be it shopping, be it electronics, be it theaters, anything and everything under one roof is shopping malls. So I miss that culture back in India, because out here the shopping malls are there, but they're not as massive and as full of variety and options like back in India. People usually visit shopping malls when they have to run errands or buy specific stuff, but that's about it. There's not really a culture of hanging out at a shopping mall. But back in India, it's very prominent, because once you visit the shopping mall, you know that there's something for everybody and you will definitely not get bored at a shopping mall. So definitely I miss the shopping malls culture back in India. What I miss next is diversity. Yes, I miss the diversity. Well, in India, if you move from Jaipur to suppose Kerala, there will be a whole architectural difference, be it food, be it music, be it clothes, be it language, be it visual aesthetics, architecture, everything changes. That is what I really miss and I love about India, that I really not get to used to it. I haven't really seen much of in Norway, because be it the architecture or be it the food, I can't really observe much of diversity in those aspects here in Norway. Which I really miss about India, because India is very rich and it's very vibrant in terms of colors. As you move from one location to another, you find the diversity very eminent and very striking. So I miss the diversity of India. My next point is social connection. It's very easy to approach anybody in India. People usually are very informal, warm, and welcoming. You can easily strike a conversation and make friends. So I miss that social fabric, I miss that social connection here in Norway, because people are usually introverted. So it's very difficult to break the ice and make friends. So that is something I really miss about India, that back in India, you can really go and walk up to anybody and strike a conversation. Your neighbors, your friends, your office colleagues, anybody walking on the road, it's literally that easy. You can just walk up to the person and talk to that person. So that informal connection and then informal vibe is very prominent in India. So I miss that social connection, that you don't really have to think hard before approaching somebody. So yeah. My next point is help with household tasks. At the expense of sounding spoiled to some of you, I will absolutely admit that this is something that I do miss about India, because in India we always had somebody to fall back onto for certain kind of service. For example, if you want to get your house cleaned, you can call up a person, get it cleaned. If the taps in the kitchen are not working, call up a person, get it fixed. If you don't want to iron your clothes, you can call up a person, get them ironed, and everything was very affordable. But that's not like here in Norway. Because labor is very expensive, chances and probability is that, that 9 out of 10 times you will end up doing the tasks. So there are times I do get grumpy, that I miss the household help that I got in India so readily and, so freely. But out here, I have to, think 10 times before getting any kind of household help. So extra help is something that I do miss about India a lot, for sure. My next point is dry cleaning service. I miss dry cleaning service back in India, not even kidding. Back home, at least once a month, I used to give my clothes for dry cleaning. Our curtains and carpets used to go for dry cleaning, and all the services regarding dry cleaning were pretty affordable. We literally never got any headaches regarding dry cleaning. But here in Norway, it was totally turn around, upside down situation, because what we realized that even getting your one shirt dry cleaned is expensive, and me and my husband often joke about this thing that we can literally buy a shirt for that price of dry cleaning, which is, charged out here. So what we ended up doing eventually is that we ended up buying a steamer at home so that we can literally save the prices of dry cleaning here in Norway. So dry cleaning services is something that I really miss about India. Last but not the least, my final point is Indian monsoons. I miss Indian monsoons because after the hard scorching summers, when the monsoon season arrives, it's like a well-earned weather. Like, because when the first rain hits the ground after a hard dry weather, the smell of petrichor is like divine. I used to literally love the smell of petrichor, and I really crave for that in Norway, because in Norway it mostly rains throughout the year, and it's not like the hard hitting rains during monsoons like in India. It's mostly like a soft drizzle kind of rain that usually occurs across, throughout the year. But in India, when the monsoon season arrives, it rains like cats and dogs, and it rains hard. And I really miss the smell of petrichor that I got to experience in India, but I haven't really experienced here in Norway. So Indian monsoons is something that I really like and I really enjoy and I really miss here in Norway. So that's my top 10 things that I miss about India while living here in Norway. I hope you guys enjoyed my content, and if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. This is Priyanka signing off. Until my next video, bye bye.